Care. Joining me right now is Randy Reep, a local defense attorney and constitutional expert. So thank you so much for being here. Let's talk about what this all means for families. So if I already have health care insurance, does this change things? And if so, what?
And as a law, nothing's going to change if you are already insured. However, it's important to understand much of this, as it develops, won't come into effect until 2014 and in the out years. So things could actually change how health administration is conducted. But right now, nothing in the law should change anything if you currently have insurance.
Not even that 26-year-old, I can keep a child that's under 26 on my insurance plan?
That's exactly part of this law, and you're going to get to continue to have somebody, a child of yours, up until the age of 26, specifically because of this law.
All right, what if you don't have health care insurance? How is this going to impact you?
So there's two things that come in.
Because there are about 50 million Americans who don't have any.
Indeed, and let's talk specifically about 16 million Americans is what the estimates are that are under age 65 that currently don't qualify for Medicare, but now will. And that's if they fall with underneath 133% of the poverty line. As an example, a family of four, the poverty line's around $24,000. Doing quick math here, a family of four under $35,000 will now qualify under Medicare through the Medicare expansion portion.
Well, you brought it up, Medicare. If you're 65 and you're using Medicare, does this change things for you?
It would not change somebody in the law. Again, in the law, nothing changes for somebody who already is insured by Medicare. What it really just does is increase the number of people that will qualify for Medicare based on the age. Probably the most important part of this law, though, is the one part that was actually struck down and will need to be resolved in probably future controversies, is what will the federal government do to states who don't comply with that? That is the one part of this law, as it came out today, that was ruled unconstitutional, is the federal government's ability to penalize states.
So 2014, most of this then kicks in. Talk about a little bit some of those things that are in this law that we can look forward to that are going to help a lot of Americans.
Well, I think the biggest one is the ability for Americans to purchase insurance who otherwise didn't have the opportunity to. There'll have to be opened up opportunities for people who otherwise didn't qualify. Maybe their employer wasn't large enough, didn't offer these benefits. Companies now that have 50 employees or more will now actually have to offer insurance, and that's going to increase those roles even more. And then the thing that has people the most, I suppose, fired up is the individual mandate of buying it.
Right. Because if you don't buy it, you're going to be taxed, basically.
Arguably to about 2.5% of your income if you don't, and so you're incentivized. Now, it's very important, and it's a constitutional issue. As a lawyer, I'm excited about it. The Supreme Court was very clear today. You can call it a penalty, but the Supreme Court's calling it a tax, and that's why they were able to use the levy tax rule to make this law constitutional.
Randy Reep, good to have you in here and get your insight. We appreciate it. Also, we want to hear from you about this. Are you happy with the Supreme Court's